Hey, what's up everybody? Uncle Matt here. Second full day at the Bahia Resort, Bougainville. Today, our plan, at least to start the day, is we're going to go over to the quiet pool here, drop off our stuff, find a good spot for the day, and then we're going to go try breakfast at the La Romana buffet. See if that's a upgrade on our breakfast experience yesterday, and then we'll just go from there. I don't know if this is new or if I just not noticed it at the other resorts, but it looks like these signboards denoting what's on the buffets are digital, so they can easily change as they swap things out. It's a nice touch. Breakfast 2, hit up the omelet station. Guy did a great job out there with extra cheese on top, because why not? And then, of course, potato cakes, fried cheese, and quesadilla. This is just way too much cheese on this plate. I'm just realizing as I'm going through it. Yep. But today, return to the table, and mimosas are waiting for us. Jessica's on her fourth already. I will begin to sip this first one. Let's see how it is. Just a direct quote just said, "My day always starts better when I have a little alcohol." Which I mean, that's how you start your Monday mornings. More power to you, but I try to go to work and be a contributing citizen. But here we go. We're on vacation. Cheers. Refreshing. It's good. Initial reaction to the difference between the La Romana buffet and the Bougainville buffet that we had yesterday is larger dining room in here, but I think selection-wise it seemed pretty similar. They might have a few more things here than over there, because this is, I guess, probably the larger part of the resort. I guess would make sense. Usually that's how it goes. The brands are often larger than the luxuries or the others, so it seems like maybe they also have more staff here, so there's a lot more people running around working than I recall seeing yesterday, so that might also help this side over here. But food's good, drinks are good. We're off to a good start today. So one of my little breakfast hacks is often getting a fresh egg and making my own breakfast sandwich. But if I don't feel like waiting on an egg, one thing I can also do is they have like little pre-made quesadillas, sometimes pre-made sandwiches. I can take part of my omelet, throw it inside of the quesadilla, and on my plain cheese quesadilla. Oh no, it's all falling apart. It's a lovely breakfast quesadilla. Much better experience with breakfast today. I think that's going to be our breakfast spot for the week over at the La Romana's buffet, which one of the benefits of the smaller resort, it's easy to make a pivot and a switch like that, because it's almost as close to our room as the buffet in Bougainville is. So whereas at other resorts, if you wanted to try different buffets or spots like that, you'd pretty much have to get a cart or a trolley and switch locations. So good benefit in that regard on this one. So just to give you a little wayfinding on our breakfast journey today, we're hanging out by the quiet pool right now. And so this is the Bougainville quiet pool. The breakfast buffet, Bougainville's right there, but directly behind me here is a little walking path that goes straight into La Romana, straight to the breakfast buffet over there. So it's like a 2-minute maybe walk tops from here to there. So not a bad walk for a much better breakfast experience. Just got a little Twitter notification that Nashville Severe BX, like the weather account everybody follows for weather updates in Nashville, said inconsequential snow flurries today in Nashville and a hard freeze overnight. So snow and freezing temperatures back home in Nashville. It's a real shame. You just hate to hear things like that. It's just, I miss my friends. I miss everybody back in Nashville. I certainly wish I could be there with them on this Monday morning. I wish I was at work right now, just grinding out in the snow and the weather back home. I hate it. Dang. If there was any way to book a flight home quicker, I would, but you know, with all the travel issues going on, changing flights, it ain't happening. So I guess me and Jesta will just continue to ride it out down here in the DR. This is just breast. So I know Jesta likes hot dogs, and I noticed they had them over here, and she said, where?
And I said, it's over by that little monkey. And she goes, oh my God, I was excited for a hot dog, and it's at the kids' table.
I made a little joke about Chesta getting hot dogs off the kids' part of the buffet, but legit all I got was chicken nuggets and onion rings, so I'm not doing too much better to myself. But I mean, like Jessica said, we've learned today that lunch service is from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock, which is kind of late for lunch, especially you know, we got all our dinner reservations this week are at 7, so we don't want to load up too much on the buffet at lunch and then have your really luxurious a la carte meals only a few hours later. So I'm still pretty full for breakfast as well, so just not a whole lot to, not gorging myself as much this trip, I guess you could say. Maybe that's a good thing, but probably get some ice cream or something too.
Where?
Uncle Mad fam, I need you to weigh in on something here. Yeah, I'm calling you guys that now. It's a new thing. I'm trying it out. I don't like it already. I just, without even thinking about it, was just eating my ice cream, but I thought was a very normal way, and Justa had a bizarre reaction to it. So I'm going to eat it how I ate it. And we'll see. Let me know in the comments down below.
It's dripping everywhere.
Is this would this cause you problems the way Jessica just like looked like she got hit with a cattle prod? Here we go. Doesn't seem that weird to me, but she looks like she got struck by lightning just now. Jessica's probably gonna relax and nap and then get ready for dinner. I'm probably gonna go down to the beach, just relax down there for a little while before coming back to get ready for our evening. Yeah, I think that problem maybe with that pool is it's too far from the ocean. Like, it was very breezy, very nice at the pool and the beach yesterday. The quiet pool further up away from the beach, sweltering hot, just like blazing hot all day today. So maybe we're gonna have to stick to either the party pool or the beach for the rest of the week, I think, just to not melt and die. Because if you've watched these videos, you know we are not sunbathing people. We do not do well in the sun. We're semi-vampiric even to a certain extent. But that's not what I wanted to do with this little clip here. What I wanted to show is I was just telling Jess this. I thought I'd try to somewhat capture it for the vlog. I don't know if I can properly capture it right now because it's more of a thing that's happening at night when it's very dark. But if I just filmed it at night, it'd be too dark for the camera to catch it then too. So it's kind of a catch-22. I can't really catch it either time. That's what catch-22 means. You can't catch things ever, right? Learn something new every time you watch the channel. So this is beside the bed that I sleep on. So this is the window that looks into the restroom, the boob art above that we've talked about. So I get up in the middle of the night. I want to go to the restroom. I come down here, I turn this way, and over here it's like, ah! There's an unsuspecting mirror that I never remember is right here. And I see myself walking by the mirror and frighten myself. I've done it multiple times every night that we've been here, and we've only been here 2 nights so far, so this is going to be an ongoing problem. But I don't know if this, in the daylight, it probably doesn't properly capture what's happening. But like I said, catch-22, can't catch it in the daytime, can't catch it at night, so what are we going to do? Got this little pier here. This is a neat little feature we haven't seen at the other resorts. Kind of walk out a little bit further and get some views out here, see what we see. Probably a good photo op spot. I'll probably have to get Justa back down here at some point this week to get some pictures. But yeah, get a little further out view of the ocean. I don't like no railings. I'm definitely somebody that would fall off this thing and be splashing around. But it's a cool little feature here to be able to walk out here and see what they got out here. All right, made our way out to the edge of the pier. You can see a little bit better view what we're looking at from the beach. A little island out there. I wonder if you can venture out there. I wonder if it's stable enough to hang out on. I don't know. That's interesting. But see the large barge way off there in the distance. There's another one kind of over this way. We were trying to figure out if they were cruise ships yesterday, but I think now that they were a little bit closer earlier this morning, you could definitely tell that they're barge ships of some type. The area like kind of over here where I think is a lot of where we traveled through on our way to the resort is, you know, heavily industrial based. There was like a lot of factories and stuff like that we passed through on the way on to the resort. But yeah, great views. I like this pier. It's be a cool feature. They should have stuff like this at all of the resorts. So this is the edge of the Bahia Principe property on the La Romana side here. We got a nice little romantic table set out here. We did this one time in Mexico and it was freezing. We ended up having to ask to be moved inside, which was quite embarrassing to do the fancy romantic outdoor dinner on the beach and get too frozen out to stay. But yeah, you can see here, this is the La Romana beach area. We were started down there kind of where the lifeguard stand is in the Bougainville, actually the Privilege Code beach. I will say, because the resort's smaller, we kind of anticipated this, because this was our experience in Jamaica, was there's not as many benefits Privilege Club wise here, just because it's so small. So a lot of the things that you get with the Privilege Club, like private carts and extra lounges and stuff, just it's too small of a resort for those type of things. But they do have a nice private beach area that we've taken advantage of the last 2 days. So that's where we started, kind of right there by the lifeguard stand. We've made our way here. I'll walk a little bit further past the edge of the premises. See here, this is kind of like a spot you can book stuff, like going out, maybe just a boat. I don't know if this is parasailing or not, but you can sail. Looks like they got kayaks and stuff like that you can book here. Looks like a little bit further down we got maybe like some art on sale or something like that. I'll probably go down just the edge over there, just see what all's down this way, and then make my way back to the other side of the Bahia property. There's a dog. I don't know what that dog's doing, but there's a dog. Hello, Mr. Dog. Hi, you old puppy dog. Hope you're not a feral wild rabbit dog. Back into the forest jungle from whence you came, I suppose. Good puppy. Just a little puppy. You don't see that every day. Huh. I don't know. He looks like a nice guy. Maybe we'll see him again. Did get approached while I was walking by the little stand back there that had like the art and cigars and stuff like that. It's the same kind of people, if you've ever been on a place like this, where they'll like kind of walk around the beach, kind of show you their wares a little bit. They're just, out there trying to make a dime, trying to make their money. But I told him, I was like, hey, I'm literally just walking on the beach. I don't got any money with me right now. But I was like, hey man, I might come back later. I might. You never know. Always got to support the local economy if you can, I guess. But don't really know how we would transport large pieces of art back to America with us. But yeah, just mosey a little bit further down on this section of the beach and then head back the other way to the actual Bahia properties. So as we were driving into the resort, the front half of the resort closest to the main road was all residents that I believe are under the ownership and operation of Bahia, which we've seen at their other properties that we've been to. In fact, the ones in Mexico, we've honestly looked at and thought this could be a future retirement destination for us, but that's obviously a little ways down the way. Need a few more YouTube subscribers to make that a reality, but they've got some plans and some stuff that you can see in the main lobby of La Romana for a large-scale expansion. Like the total property with the residential stuff they have planned, in addition to the 2 small resort hotels, is pretty large looking based on the scale of the model they had there. And these look like these are, I can't say, are these previous residents that are being remodeled or redeveloped? Are they being built for the first time? Or is this a former resort hotel unrelated to Bahia that's being maybe gutted and renovated and bought out by something else? I don't know. This is information I don't have. I'm just wandering around off property, as they say. We'll walk a little bit further before we turn back, just see what all else is over here. Yeah, so coming a little further along, this definitely looks like either a resort that's in development or, like I said, residential development as well as possibility. The map says the nearest thing to me is Romana Residential Beachside, which I don't know if that's this. That was previously this. This little section over here actually looks fully finished. Like you can see, there's like furniture on the porches and stuff. There's some people out on, looks like a patio pool area up ahead there. Not a whole lot of activity up on the beaches here though, but Yeah, we've wandered down a little ways here. I think we've probably come as far as we need to this way. I don't want to walk much further. I've kind of run out of nice beach sand to walk on. This is a little bit rockier, a little bit more uncomfortable on my feet. So I think we'll turn back around and go to the other edge of the Bahia property and see what's over on that way. I did kind of think it was interesting coming in. It didn't seem like there was that many resorts that we passed coming in. Like, I feel like every time we go to Punta Cana or when we go to Mexico, it's like nothing but resorts in the area of our resort. And here, it kind of felt like almost didn't know that we were even where we were going. And all of a sudden we saw the big Bahia entrance and we're like, oh, we're where we're supposed to be. But looks like, judging by these buildings, like, once again, this is my first time here, so if anybody knows better than me, feel free to enlighten all of us in the comments down below. But it looks like there's either new developments coming alongside the Bahia property, or potentially old resorts that are gone now and maybe are being renovated and rebuilt. I don't know. I'm just rambling and speculating at this point. Alright, so we are coming up on the opposite edge of the property. This is the edge of the Bougainville section of the resort. So this is the other edge of the entire property altogether. So just to kind of wayfind here, you got one edge of the property here. And the other edge is just a little bit past where the pier is over there. So that is the entire beach footprint that Bahia has here at this resort. I'll walk slightly a little bit further, see what's over here. These signs here, Playa Nueva Romana by Bahia Principe Residencies. So these are some of the residencies that they're building or have been built for people to potentially move, or I don't know if you can even Airbnb these. I don't know how all this exactly works. If these are only for sale, or if you can rent these if you're bringing a larger group. I don't really fully know how these work, but they have a ton of these. Obviously in Mexico, we've looked at those a lot and we've talked about those a lot, but kind of see these here somewhat like look to be, maybe, I can't tell if they're under construction still or not. They look about halfway done. I don't know. This is weird. They look somewhat done but not completely done. But I see some people hanging out, like playing volleyball down here. It looks like a beachfront, like, restaurant or something over there, but it's surrounded by construction, like scrim. So I'm gonna walk just a little bit further down this way before we call it a day on our beach walk. So now these nice kind of developed up buildings here, these look really nice. This is called La Ensenada. Private property, no trespassing, so we won't do that, but it's a nice looking area. These are really, really nice looking. So here's a sign for Playa Nueva Romana, the residencies. You know, just take care of the beach. Some instructions for if you're hanging on the beach, and kind of right by the, it's like, what would be the beach club? Maybe pool area. And like I said, you can see there's scrim and construction going around. So I wonder if, like, this is all newish or being refurbished. But yeah, you can see there's further development going on here, and interesting to see what happens here in the future, obviously. But wayfinder for what we've walked now. We've gotten to this point here, way over there. Those kind of, they're the ones that kind of look like they're under construction. We walked over there, and then back there is kind of the beach area for our resort. So I think we've done enough. I think we've walked enough. Time to go back, decompose, get cleaned up, and head to dinner, I think. I can't make this clear enough. I have no idea what I'm talking about in this little segment of the video. I was literally just wandering up and down the beach, like looking at stuff and going, I wonder what this is. I wonder what this is. So if anybody is interested, I'm sure there's resources such as Google. You can find out more information. I was looking at Google Maps trying to figure out what these different properties were, and probably could have done a deeper dive than that, but I just kind of wanted to wander around and walk, to be honest. So if you know more and want to share it with the population, comment section is always available down below. That's a good use for that area, I would say. I mentioned earlier that, much like Jamaica, and we kind of were prepared for it this time a little bit more, there's not as many benefits for Privilege Club members here because it is a smaller resort. A lot of things that are good for us. At other resorts, like the cards, you know, the access to all areas of the resort, stuff like that, it's not as big of a deal here. The beach down here is great. It's borderline the best Privilege Club beach I've experienced, just because nobody's there. There's not many Privilege Club members coming to this resort, I would assume, because of the limited benefits. So, like, I walked down there prime time of the day, got a great spot. But who I do feel bad for is there is a dedicated Privilege Club waitress server in the Privilege Club beach area who's just there to, you know, grab drinks for people who are Privilege Club members sitting in the beach area. And we were there a little bit yesterday morning, and then I was there all this afternoon, and both days, unfortunately, that person is just kind of sitting there for 8 hours for the most part, popping up only every once in a while to go, like, because there's not many people to wait on. It's one of the worst things, the catch-22, if we will, of being a wait staff member is when you're busier, you can do more stuff, but when you're slower, you don't want to be like swarming over people. So like she's kind of having to sit there. And the other thing is like, where's the cups? Let me show you this. Like, you know, everybody at these resorts typically brings these type of things with them to get their drinks, their beveraginos put in. And I don't know if you've ever been a waiter or a bartender or a server. You can't tell if this is empty or not from just looking at it. So you don't really know when the right time is to kind of like come up to people. If like you're busy, you're kind of in a rotation. You can kind of like go around and say like, all right, I haven't seen this table in a while. I got to check on them. They're probably up for something here. But when you only have like 5 or 6 tables occupied in like a 20 table section, which is essentially what the beach club is here, you got to strike a balance of like, when do I go up to these people and see if they need a drink or not? And, you know, on the one hand, the girl today was sitting there. She was able to read a book. That's great. She's able to, you know, just hang out. It's good to be able to, you know, not be overwhelmed with work. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know how much they get paid. I know, you know, from my experience in the service industry, when I was in the service industry, we got paid $2 an hour and we were 100% reliant on tips. I don't know how much that's the case here. I know it's varying degrees of tipping culture here, and so like you might even have like people that are sitting in the privilege area that don't tip at all. So you might have somebody that you're getting drinks for all day long that tips you nothing, and so, you know, you've kind of wasted your whole day. Whereas like, you know, the bartenders, the waitresses, the people that are in like the more common areas are getting a little bit more consistent service. So I don't know, I'm kind of something I observed today. I don't know if that makes any sense or if I'm just rambling at this point in time. I think I'm doing a lot of rambling on this video series, but Justin, does that make sense? What I said makes sense. I need your thoughts.
All of it makes sense. I was very paying attention to you.
Thank you. Thank you. I needed that. All right.
Stop.
We have decomposed.
Oh my god.
We have spiffied up.
Stop
And
walking.
we're heading out for a nice night out on the town.
Oh my god.
Moving on up. I don't know the rest of the words. Alright, Justin called me on my BS. I knew the rest of the words. Moving on up to the east side to a deluxe apartment in the sky. Yeah, we're moving on up to the east side. We finally got a piece of the pie. Sometimes I just want to end the clips. Like, it's not going in a good way. It's not as funny as I wanted it to be. And I'm just like, let's just get out of this. Let's just bail.
Like an idiot with the
Let's just
umbrella.
bail. I'm just like, let's bail. So like, I try to bail out of video clips and then just like, why'd you lie? So I had to come back, had to speak my truth, had to tell the truth. So I did know the words to the song.
Stop walking like that. You look like an idiot.
This is how you have to
Walking like
walk.
a giraffe.
This is how you have to walk when you have one of these things.
It's an umbrella.
It's a Scrooge McDuck cane, and you know it. Just keep a little updated running tally of what's been going on. I am 4-0. It's just an Uno. A game of chance. A game of luck of the draw. Where everything is random. Played 2 times last night. We played 2 times so far tonight. 4-0.
Because you cheat.
I don't cheat. There's no way to cheat in Uno.
You figured out a way. Cheat.
Now, Jessica won't admit this on camera, but I don't have many skills in life.
That I will admit that on camera. You have.
She will admit that on camera. She will admit one of my greatest skills. I am uncharacteristically good at games. I don't know how. Games of chance, trivia, board games.
No, you are just a very fucking lucky person.
What?
You are just a very lucky person. That's how you ended up with me. Like, just luck of the draw. Like, things just work out. You stop looking at my boobs. I can see the camera move down that way.
It's on autopilot. It goes right. It tracks motion. It's. I can't control it. Anyway, I mean,
You said before.
she has her theory. We've had many fights over the years because I just win games. I always win games.
You cheat.
I don't cheat.
Because you're a cheater.
I'm not a cheater.
You're a cheating cheater.
I'm an honest man, and I'm very good at games. I wish I was good at games like blackjack or poker that you can monetize. Fortunately, I'm good at stupid children's board games and card games like Uno and Phase 10 and Phase 10. Fortunately, the only use for those games is demolishing my wife every time we play, but such is life.
Alright, returning to where we were night one, but this time it's for La Gourmet. Seems like these are dual restaurants. They only open one night. Tonight is La Gourmet Light. Light? Night? Who's speaking? Got our menu for La Gourmet. I think I will be going with the red tuna tartare for my appetizer. Probably the seafood soup for my soupies. And I wasn't sure. There's a lot of options. I was going to get to that. There's a lot of options, but I feel like I have to. I haven't had a good steak yet on this trip, and I feel like maybe I got to get the beef tenderloin because a trumpet of the death. I mean, challenge accepted. I feel like that's what I got to go with here, but yeah, we're going trumpet of death with the beef tenderloin. There's the desserts. Boobs. But also Gonzo the Great. Appetizers have arrived. I got this nice little tuna tartare here. I didn't want to say anything earlier, but Just has completely forgotten how we do things here on the channel. And she has basically, every time we've gotten a plate, she's eaten it before I can even get the camera out. We've been doing this a while. I don't want to halt her sparkle.
Salt. Thank you.
I'm good. I don't need bread. I don't want to dampen her glitter or halt her sparkle or whatever the phrase is, but she is devouring everything before I can get a chance to get a shot of it and document it. She even took a chunk. Here she comes again. She's already taken a chunk out of my appetizer. I haven't even got to eat it yet. She's out of control. I don't know what we got to do here.
Matt, if I have to share my life with you, you have to share your food with me.
So she's eaten all of her appetizer and multiple bites of mine before I go the first try. Here we go. Tuna tartare, bone apple teas. It's quite good. A little vinegary.
I like it vinegary.
We've said this before in these type of videos. I would never, under normal circumstances, at a place I was paying money for.
Yeah, but you didn't pay for this. I did.
I'm recording something. Stop talking. I would never, it was on the menu, order tuna tartare. But here, at these resorts we go to, where it's all inclusive. Girl math, it's free. I can order tuna tartare and give it a shot. I think, don't wine for us. No, thank you.
No wine. Yes, can I get a cerveza?
Cerveza, yeah, cerveza. I'm just saying cervezas for her because she needs cervezas. But anyway, but like, anytime we go out to a fancy meal, I would never order tuna tartare. But here, where it's free, girl math, it's free. Give everything a try once. And it's quite good. Oh. Thank you. Very good. Gonna be honest. Looking at just a soup. It's green.
Green things.
Green soup should not
Anything
be a
green.
thing. Not a fan of green soup. Not a fan of green. It just looks like buggers in a bowl, basically.
I'm not a fan of green anything.
Anywho, I got the seafood stew over here on my end. Let's give it a shot. See how it is. Good soup. It's somebody's birthday here. What a great celebration. Entrees have arrived. Beef tenderloin looks great with the taters. What did you end up getting?
Chicken cordon bleu.
Oh my god, that looks phenomenal.
It's got like a mushroom gravy.
Everything is good so far.
Well,
Alright.
really good.
Given my choice, I would want my meat cooked medium rare, which didn't give the option here, but medium, that's a pretty good medium cook right there, so we shall see. Ceiling pick, here we go. Burn up, please. I'm not wearing a hat. Noted. Take note. It's good. I wish it was medium rare. Oh wait, I'm getting some other food here. I'm getting Jessica's chicken cordon bleu. Oh my god.
Are really good.
Chicken cordon bleu, Jessica's thinks 100 times better than my food. I made the wrong choice. Don't get the beef cordon. Don't get the beef tenderloin. Get the chicken cordon bleu. I failed. I am very much enjoying this dish. Just asked me, well, how are the trumpets of death? I don't know what the trumpets of death are. I don't know what part of this meal was the trumpets of death. But the whole thing is good. Good cut of meat. A good, nice sized portion of meat. You know me, I like my meat. I like my big portions of meat. But I don't know what the trumpets of death are. Based on the little video board presentation they're playing on the video board over here, I think Harry Potter might be coming out during this show. Oh, Dumbledore and Fox. Yeah, we're getting some Harry Potter magic tonight. We're at the magic show at the theater here. They just said they're going to reveal how the trick is done. I don't think that's true. They also said I have to keep the secret, so I can't show you this to you. Maybe we are sitting too far back, but all of this magician's tricks. Illusions, Michael. I have not been able to tell what exactly was supposed to be the prestige, so to speak. I don't know what the point of any of them has been. And there was just a mass exodus. I feel bad for this guy. He's a good showman, but I mean, I don't know, whatever he's trying to do, it's not translating to the crowd very well. Like, did a girl climb in this box? Are they stabbed in this box? Is that what it is? Is there supposed to be a lady in the box and they've just stabbed the box like 10 times? Yeah, I don't know. This is the stabby box illusion, as they call it, I guess. Yes, you have stabbed the box. The box is all stabby. Yes, there's nothing but stabbiness in the box. I love magic. I should not be. I'm not trying to like downplay this. I'm just like I missed something on this one, I think. Like Jess was ready to go to bed and I made her come to the magic show, so she's probably not happy. I love magic. I don't want to hate on anybody. I want to like downplay magic. I think that's the third different trick this guy's done where like it was a stabby box trick. And the girl came out not stabbed. So maybe mix in some new stuff into your repertoire. Dune. Glad we got our first theater experience of the trip in. Magic show is usually one of my favorites of the repertoire. It's just not one of the better ones I've seen. Guy had good showmanship, but like I said, you can only do the stabby box trick so many times. I mean, it's one is plenty, two is pushing it. The third time he did a trick where it's like, I'm stabbing a box and there's a girl in there, but is she going to be stabbed or not? That's kind of like, all right, you bought the wrong kit when you went to the magic store. But fun, good showmanship, good music, good entertainment. Tired. We probably should have gone back to bed after dinner. You can kind of see behind us here. This is kind of like the some of the village area. We'll have to come explore over here at some point in time for the trip. We've only kind of briefly passed through here, going between Romana and Bougainville, so more stuff to explore, more stuff to learn about, more stuff to do. The trip has only just begun. I'm going to take Jess back to our room and I'm going to give her a whole different type of stabby box experience, if you know what I'm saying. Hey! Stay tuned for more. Subscribe to the channel, turn the bell on for notifications. Vive Esperance.